Good afternoon. It is March 30th, 2021, and it looks like we're looking at another range day today. Overnight highs were very similar to yesterday's overnight highs. This is actually a range from yesterday, so I'll delete that. And we had the overnight lows right here. Um, let's see, did I mark that for today? This, yeah, I guess this is an important price level. This ended up being the lows right here at this price level. So I didn't think about that, but maybe we'll take a look. Maybe I wanna mark that as aggressive right here. Yeah, I probably would. Let's go ahead, grab this. So yeah, just a range day. Prices were trending down at the open in this large blue channel. Um, this looks pretty similar to yesterday in that this was kind of a range, but we had downward movement in that range. Then prices, we get this big leg up. Maybe there's a measured move somewhere. There. And there's a low right here. And yeah, we went beyond that measured move right here. And you can see it that actually acted like a level of support right here. We got a bounce. Um, so yeah, let's take a look at these trades. I did look for a measure move. Oh, and it looks like we got a little closer than I thought off of this leg. This move down. And let's see if we put it right here. Yeah, it failed to, it came up a few, let's see, 32.50. So about a point short of that. But let's take a look at what I saw on here. Times this, okay. So we started to get this channel up here. Let's see what time it is. About 5:30. You get this channel up. No way to enter in that, and then we get this. It looked like this was an area of resistance. You get this high, then comes back, and then comes back here. Um, this I did look at this as a failed second entry short. Starting here, you get first entry, big move up, second entry. Um, it's aggressive because the channel had broken by then. But I think that some people probably drew the channel like this anyway. So you might be able to argue for this to be not aggressive. Then we get this matching high right here with a slightly bearish bar. It's far from the EMA. It looks like a trap, so I marked that. And you do get a nice move out of that. And this is at the open. Price started trending down. These big bars. I really don't like these big overlapping bars typically. Um, and then prices are clearly respecting the EMA at this point. I am going to keep this trend line here, but prices are bouncing off the EMA, and we get a second entry short right here. Um, Let me see. First entry, second entry, first entry. It kind of looks like it might be a failed second entry long as well. So you get a second entry short here, and prices break that. You get an overshoot, and so this yellow area is the overnight lows. We get an overshoot of this yellow channel. We get a bounce, and we get a higher low after the overshoot near the overnight lows. So I really like that. That's a clear trap. Plenty of room to scalp out before the EMA. So I marked that. That turns out to be a trend channel up. And I didn't like this failed second entry short, even though it's a nice uh, bullish bar, just because it would be going into the resistance of this channel, and I think it would have worked out. Let's see. That's why I didn't like it. So maybe you would enter on like a limit order, 44.25 to, okay, so you would have scalped out. Then we get this channel down, and you get a break, and then a move to a new low. And I like this, even though it is aggressive, because it's an engulfing bar and it's bouncing off this level of support that we just saw. This wasn't really like a confirmed important price level by this point, but I just do like this entry. So you get this move up, and there's a second entry short here, but that's just counter trend. That's why I don't like that. Even though, oh, you know what? I think, yeah, I didn't have this drawn. If you had that drawn, you might enter there. I think the only reason I didn't like it was just because it's we got this pretty strong move up. And then on this higher low, you can't enter. It's just not a setup. But then we get you could look at this as a failed second entry long off this price level. First entry, second entry, off the EMA, off the overnight lows, off the short-term trend line. I would say it's aggressive because it's two dojis overlapping, and then that just fizzles out beneath the overnight lows. People probably, yeah, shorts get trapped thinking that the floor is about to fall out when really it's just a range day. And so, I mean, maybe, if you want to be aggressive here, especially that looks pretty low risk. We get this sharp leg up, higher low right here. It is off the trend line, but I don't know. I don't know if it's too far away from the EMA. We get this micro congestion here. Get a counter trend breakout, but you don't get a setup until here. Uh, this looks like a second entry long, first entry, second entry, but it also looks like a failed second entry short. And it's an engulfing bar, it's a trap. I do like that, especially it bounces off the EMA. After this big leg up, I do like that. And then we come to this area, which turns out to be a level of resistance in a congestive area that lasts, I think, over an hour. We get this triple test right here with a nice bullish bar, and that clearly looks like an important price level at this point, so I like that for going long. It might be a little aggressive because these are overlapping, but it works out. First entry, this actually looks like a failed second entry short here. So why don't I mark that? And that's how I drew my trend line. Maybe it was like that technically, but you saw how I had it drawn. Then we get this. This is a double test right here of this price level. So clearly there's something going on here. It's not the best signal bar, so that's why I marked it as aggressive. And it's also just the first entry. Um, and if you could look at this as a lower high, and it's a decent signal bar, but I didn't like it because the signal bar wasn't great, and it's going into this midline, but it would have worked out. We get a bounce here. It doesn't touch the level of support down here that I was looking at, and then you get a higher low. So I mean, if you want to enter on this, you might consider that. Trend channel has already been broken. This is aggressive right here. It is a second entry short, first entry, second entry, but look at that signal bar. It's fairly bullish, but this is the fifth time that that level has been tested, that price level. So I like that. It's far from the EMA, but it is aggressive, definitely aggressive. Okay, then we get some congestion here. This entry right here, I really like it because it's going back into the congestive area, but looks like we've only had one move down, or one move up to a new high. So you might get another leg up. But I mark it as aggressive because prices didn't come down to this level of support down here. So that's why it's definitely aggressive. But look at all the trapped longs here. We get a little spike in channel. I don't see anything in here. We get this channel, and you get a second entry short and a failed second entry long. First entry, second entry, failed second entry long. It's also a nice trap off the EMA. Second entry short because first entry, second entry. That's a good move right there. When you have these two things stacking in your favor and it's at a key entry point, that's really looking to me like that's going to work 9 out of 10 times. Okay, so we get this first entry, failed second entry long. Um, if your signal bar was good here, I would understand why someone would take it. I just don't really like it because I don't feel like I know what's going on. By the way, we get an overshoot right here, leads to the break, and that's why I say I don't really know what's going on here. It's also like a breakout pullback because I'm sure if I extended this, yeah, it bounces off of that price level. Um, So if you went long there and you had a good signal bar, I wouldn't blame you. It turns out to be a very congestive area. Remember, this is the overnight lows. Oh, by the way, this bounce was off this important price level. Then we get another bounce. That arrow should be right here. This is a second entry. Second entry, new high, first entry, second entry. So, oh, whoops. I don't know how aggressive that really is because that's clearly an important price level. Prices keep bouncing off of it. Look at that move. Easy runner. That's an easy, let's see. That's an easy 6, 7 points right there. This turns out to be a channel. Failed second entry short right here and second entry long. Like I said, 9 out of 10 times. Only problem here is hmm, you're going into these highs. That's the only problem. Prices haven't went above that in probably over an hour by this point. What, 8:48? 8:48. Yeah, 2 hours almost. So it is aggressive. I'm going to mark that as aggressive. Price come back to the bottom. First entry, failed second entry short. Uh, Notice that prices didn't make it to the top of the channel. And here, this is really like congestion. I'd say here. Um, just a congestive area. Again, prices don't make it to the top of the channel, but you do get a second entry long here. First entry, second entry. It's off the bottom of the trend line, trend channel. So it's off the EMA as well. And you do that's right before 12 o'clock, and it turns out to be a great move. Get a breakout pullback right here too. Um, but yeah, it looks aggressive. So that's what I saw for today. Another day. There's been a lot of days in the past 2 weeks where the price action has been easy to read. Um, could also hopefully that just means I'm getting better at this, but I think it's really just been easy to read because we also had some days last week and 2 weeks ago that were pretty difficult to read. But this is what I saw for the day, and I hope you had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.